Hello everyone, I'm out for a walk this morning out into the forest and these darn mosquitoes, I'm having to swat them away. Swat them away? That reminds me of something I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about SWAT. Does anyone know what SWAT is? What it stands for? Well, it's an acronym, SWOT. And this is something that we do in marketing when we're getting ready to put our marketing plan together. We call it a SWOT analysis. So, what does SWOT stand for? Anybody? You're right. Strengths, weaknesses. What are these two? Opportunities and threats. So I want to spend a few minutes talking about each one of these individually and what they mean to our analysis. So we'll just throw this on the ground. It will go back into the earth. So let me see what I've got down into the forest here. Well, okay, first one, strengths. So, when you're doing an analysis of your organization and you're looking at your strengths, what I want you to be thinking about is what are the things that your organization does best? Okay, what do you do better than everybody else? And some people call that differentiation or uniqueness. So I want you to be thinking about that. Okay, so look for the positive features of your products or services and list them down. Don't just be satisfied with one or two. List down, brainstorm as many different ideas as you can come up with. And then maybe you want to categorize them after that. But these are internal strengths. So these are strengths about your products or services within your organization. Okay? So that's our strengths. What was the W? You're right. Weaknesses. Let me see if we've got weaknesses down here under the ground. Yep. Weaknesses. So these are problems that affect your success. Okay, and once again, it's an internal focus. So what are some of the things that aren't going really well for you right now? It might be people issues, it might be product issues, something within your organization that is not strong. Maybe these are things that you want to try and improve upon. Okay, so those are weaknesses. Now those two were internal. Now we move into the next two, the O and the T, and a lot of these things are external factors. So what's happening around your organization that's affecting you, but you can still look inside to the organization. The O is opportunity. Okay, and I want you to think about what are some of the events that can affect your business. And opportunities, obviously, what's an opportunity to get better? What's an opportunity to do something different? And that's what I want you to be thinking about. How can you improve your product or your service within the organization? Now, a lot of these are reacting to external forces. What's happening outside? A lot of these things you want to take a look at. What's my competitor doing? Okay, what's happening with people around me? What's happening in my neighborhood? How is it changing? What kind of things can I embrace or take on to improve my products or my services? Okay, but you can also take an internal look with this one as well. Take a look at those weaknesses that you identified earlier on and how can we change those weaknesses? How can we improve on those weaknesses and make them strengths instead of weaknesses moving forward? Okay, so that's the opportunities. And again, with all of these things, I want you to be taking a look at many different ideas and thoughts. Don't just be satisfied with one. And our last one is threats. Okay, so threats, these can be internal and external. And these are things that can really hurt you, can really hurt your business and have a negative effect on your business. And a couple of the ones historically, just to give you a sense of from our hospitality industry, I can say 9/11. Okay, that was a real threat that had a huge effect on what goes on within our organization. So a lot of organizations today, when they talk about threats, they talk about terrorism. Okay, because we've in some of our other classes discussed this as well. The other thing, if you remember SARS in Toronto, I don't know how many people remember that in Toronto, but that had a huge effect on the hospitality business. So health issues along the way. But something more that you could take a look at externally in your area, something that I see quite a bit of, is even things like road construction. Okay, so if they're going to be ripping up your road and putting people on a detour, is that going to have an effect on your business? So those are the kind of things that you would look at when it comes to threats. So, SWOT, S-W-O-T, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. After this video, I want you to be looking at the two things that we talked about before, the Humber Room. Can you develop a SWOT for that Humber Room? And the Humber food truck. Can you do a SWOT analysis on the food truck? And you know that that is part of your major assignment. So it's something to think about. Either pick the Humber Room or pick the food truck and start to do a SWOT analysis. Not only are you practicing it, but you're also doing it for part of your assignment. So I'm going to go for a little bit more walk in the woods. It's a really nice day out today. So you enjoy your schoolwork. And again, if you need anything, you can certainly email me at the address I've given you. See you later. Bye-bye.